So massive round of applause, please, for Zoe.
Anyone hear me?
Just in case.
Cool. Right, I'm Zoe Bennett and I'm going to give you a mash it up time tonight. So, oh yeah, go on Lynn, you go on. So, has anyone heard of a mash up?
Yes.
What's a mash up?
Two things together. Two things come together. More than two.
More than two things come together, yeah. So, excuse me. Business is about moving with the times. Business is about being inventive and trying to be as modern as possible. So, I've created my term, business mashup, because I'm going to give you a whole, I won't say whole heap, I've got to stop the accents and the, the slang and everything else. I'm going to give you a lot of different things today. Okay, so, I am going to try my best. So we're going to talk about choices, first of all. And it's gone already, but it's okay. You always work through these things, especially when you're speaking. There's always going to be things that crop up. So, I want to talk to you about choices and how they can be the making of you and your business. Everything you do every single day is about choices, how you handle it, how you deal with it. And that is what is going to determine your success. So, I'm going to talk, first of all, a little bit about myself, because many of you really don't know my backstory. You just think I'm some crazy girl who just talks a lot, and talks some more, and just laughs a lot. But hey, I am that girl, but there's some more to me than that. So, I want to tell you about the importance of having a mentor. A mentor is key in life. And you can't do this life solo. You do have to have guidance sometimes, and it's preferable to have guidance, and it's not a weakness to ask for help. That's what we're all here for. We are a community here, and we've got to treat ourselves as such. But if you're lucky enough to have that person in your life who can guide you selflessly, and make sure you're on the right path, and can see the errors before you make them, and help you and guide you, then why not? And why not then you become someone's mentor? Why don't you think, what can I do to make someone else's life better? Because if we all had that same ethos, we'd be passing it forward so much that the world would be a better place. Now, my father, he was my mentor. He was a very, very community-spirited gentleman, and he started the first West Indian Caribbean Club in Preston, Lancashire, in my grandmother's living room in 1975, and it's called Jalgo Sports and Social Club. Now, he worked tirelessly with the community, to the point that he used his own money to build the actual building. The building is 2-storey now, and it's still standing strong today. I rarely saw my dad because of this, because he worked as well as he was in the community, but I wasn't bitter about it, because I know he was out there helping other people. Other people didn't have fathers like my father, and I was happy to share him. Now, my dad always did this thing called networking that we know today, but we didn't know it was called networking then. My dad was a connecting man with another man, and if someone wanted something doing, he'd make sure he'd find a way to make that happen, or if he didn't know, he'd know a man that knew a man. Do you see what I mean? So I've always grown around that, and that's why I network, and I'm able to be able to say, do you know what, I know how to do it the right way. Because obviously I'm not the best at everything, nobody is, but we can always strive, and that's the message. I want you to strive and be the best you can be. Now, through the years, my dad lectured me, and I'm sure you all know that your parents lecture you. You're thinking, oh gosh, here we go again, another story. Well, my dad would tell me things such as, don't let your left hand know what your right hand is doing. Okay? That means, don't always tell people what you have in mind. You might have a great idea for business, and it's not always wise to give everyone else your ideas, because they'll run with it, and then you're left standing. Okay? Or if you have a strategic plan and it's going to benefit you and your family, just don't let everyone know that always. Just think about it. before you do that and you share, because actually as well, when you're sharing, you don't know who you're sharing that with. It could be a wolf in sheep's clothing, you just don't know. But at the same time, it could be the best thing since sliced bread. But all I'm saying is hide fire before you share everything with everybody until you get to really know that person deep down. Another one is, it's never too late for a shower of rain. So if you don't get that opportunity today, doesn't mean you're not going to get the opportunity. You will get that someday, somehow, somewhere, by you persevering yourself, by you stepping out and saying, I will, I can, and I will achieve. You will get there, okay? Another one, so many, shortcuts. I'll say it's Jamaican way, shortcut and make it. So it's like, shortcuts do not make it. You think you can then get to your end goal by tomorrow, it doesn't work. You have to put your all in. You have to give it some time. You have to be patient. If you're not patient, then you end up being hasty, and hastiness causes problems along the way. So take your time. If it's meant to be, it will be. You can't force certain things sometimes. Let life happen. Obviously, you've got to make sure that you're ready to make life happen. You can't just wait for it to happen, but you have to be the driver in your own car. You are not a passenger in your life. You are the driver. And remember that. So, a mentor is 100% key. Now, I decided to set myself a lot of challenges because of the type of father my dad was. Because he ended up having his own business called Bennett's Upholstery, used to do Chesterfields, etc. And used to ship to Europe and everywhere else. And my dad always taught me, never get anything on credit. If you can't afford it, you wait. And if you can't wait, you're going to have a lifetime of problems catching up. It's the same in business. Just be rational. Think about it. Is it really necessary to put yourself in debt? And if it is, put yourself in strategic debt that you know you're going to come out of that within a couple of years, not a 25-year plan. That's not how you do it. So the way to do it is to think about your wants and your needs. Do you really, really need it, or is it just because you want it? Think about it. Really think about it. A lot of people confuse on wants and needs. They really do say, oh, I still do need it. You don't really. So what I did, I actually gave myself a budget. I actually had a very good job working for a consolidator, travel consolidator. And my dad always told me that you have to put a pension away. And the only way you put a pension away in this day and age is property. So I gave myself £20 a week spending money. And I had a good job. I could have just put it away, could have bought shoes, whatever. But no, I saw the end game. I saw my future. I saw me being 40. I'm like, damn, that's old. Yeah? And I didn't want to get to 40 and not be able to retire. You know? Damn. Well, when them days, when you're not even 20, it's like, oh my gosh. You know, and that's all I thought, oh my gosh, when I get to 40, because my dad retired just before 40, and I wanted to beat him. So that's why I lived on toast, you know. Even £20 went on petrol as well to get me to work and get me back. Yeah, I did it, and I paid my house off, you know. So, and then that allowed me then, when I then went to my job, the next job was the Jamaican Tourist Board, and I was the face of Jamaica. So I was up and down the country. I was responsible from Scotland to Northampton, Ireland and Wales. I was fed up staying in hotels 4 times a week. So I bought a house in Cheshire because I just could. So that I didn't have to stay in another hotel. If I was anywhere near, I could stay there. You know? So that's another, obviously, asset. So what I'm saying to you is just think smart. Think ahead of the game. Save now. A few years' time, your life will be so much easier. And for instance, anyone who wants to start a business, they have that ethos then, or if they start now and think for the future, they've got the cash ready, so they're thinking, oh, I'm going to go to a bank to go and get some money. You know, why do you want to have a noose around your neck, willingly have a noose around your neck with having a loan? Why would you do that? You know? So, I also put myself through university and I got my master's in tourism management. So it allowed me to broaden my horizons. So with the tourism management, my scope was big. You know, once it's got management in there, I know people, I understand people, you know. And then I was the face of the Jamaican tourism world. Okay? So, just giving you an idea, some people think success is things like this, success is money, success is being with Usain Bolt and whatever else. I used to be with Usain Bolt regularly. I was in charge of the Olympic team when they came over at the Olympics 2012. I had to put events on for Usain and for Levi Roots and whoever else at the time, Maxi Priest and all the rest of them. And it's not about being with the stars. Success is what you think success is. It's personal to you. My success is not money. My success is just being happy and seeing other people happy. And that's why I do the kind of things that I do. When you see me out there, you notice I'm trying to pick up everybody else. Because to me, that's what makes my life tick. I come from a background where my dad only ever cared about anyone else, and for some reason that's just in my genes. You know, so when people say, well, what's the reason why you do it? There is no reason, it's just paying it forward, you know. So, unfortunately, in December 2011, my father was tortured to death, and in the same place where I was actually representing, I was based in Jamaica. He went to a holiday, he got murdered, and because I was the face of Jamaica, it was not a good look for the face of Jamaica now to have a family member who's been murdered over there for the publicity. So I was 5 months pregnant at the time, and they suspended me, and they used the excuse to suspend me because the day I found out my father had been murdered, I wrote on Facebook, my father has been murdered in Jamaica this morning, because I used the word Jamaica in that sentence. That was a get out clause. That's what they thought. So eventually, through lots of harassment and I had death threats, absolutely everything, I persevered. I was told that you cannot win these giants, you cannot beat them. But guess what? If I didn't stand up, the same thing would happen to somebody else. I could be selfish and say, well, my dad's not here anymore. To heck with it. But I thought, you know what? Other people behind me are going to come and have these problems. I am going to stand up. And death threats ain't going to stop me. You know? End of the day, if someone doesn't stand up, nothing will change in this life. So, at the same time, fighting the employment tribunal, because what happened next was that it went national, went to the Mail on a Sunday and all the papers, and every time it went to the papers, they kept charging me with disclosure. But I never went to the papers, they were just writing everything. Anytime someone was saying it's a tragedy that this man was murdered, I was getting charged with it, even though I didn't even know these people writing it. So in the end, what I did, I recorded a conversation with myself and the High Commissioner of Jamaica, and because I had a meeting with them previously to try and resolve this, and they lied when I came out of the meeting, so when I went back into the second meeting, I recorded it. And luckily, the judge allowed it in court, and the High Commissioner really got shown up, because obviously her lies came back to haunt her, because they normally tape recorders don't get shown in court, but mine did. So I won, and they paid me out in October 2014. Also, I hired private detectives to find the murders, etc. They found them eventually, and one of the murderers got life, 40 years to life without parole in 2015 after 7 postponements. Now, the statistics, as in the Lancashire Evening Post, out of 100% of murders, only 5% go to trial and conviction. So, the point what I'm trying to prove to you is, you have to persevere. When you think business is so hard, or life is so hard, or anything that you come across, it isn't. It's only there as a learning curve. It's there to test your resolve. You're not given anything more than what you can handle. And I was given this because I could handle it and make a difference. Now, and another way I did it was taking the emotion out of it and putting the passion in. I could have screamed and ranted and raved like a banshee, why me? Oh, it's not fair. I could have done all that. But where would it have got me? But by being calm, methodical, strategic, and making sure I kept all correspondence. So when you're in business, keep every correspondence. Don't think just because the years go by you don't need it. Back it up and store it away. That's one piece of advice that all of you should really take away with you. As friendly as someone might be in front of your face, your customer, client, or business partner, or whatever, you need evidence. If you want justice in any shape or form, you need evidence. So make sure you do that. So that's why I decided to create the Midlands Business and Community Charity Awards. Because I want to honour this man, Gavin Williamson. He's my local MP. He's David Cameron's Parliamentary Secretary at the time when I had this idea. And he's now the Parliamentary Secretary for Theresa May. What happened is that because of the death threats I was having, and they knew that if I stepped foot in Jamaica, which I was told, they'll send a gunman for me. So they sent an official letter from the government of Jamaica summoning me to Jamaica, knowing full well after they asked the Staffordshire Police for evidence of these death threats, which they gave. And they said you have to go over the... No, I wasn't even there when it happened. Guess what they tried to use a loophole? Because if someone doesn't stand up in court over there and say, that was my dad that's been murdered, the trial gets quashed. So my MP said, no, it's not happening. She's not going over there. But at the same time, that December 2014, I had to resign myself. I'm going to die. So I said goodbye to my family and all my friends and my children in particular. And I got myself in a place that, okay, I'm not coming back, but I'm going to try. You know, and you have to try, regardless of how hard something is, you really do have to try. But my MP stepped in, and the 2 weeks to go before I had to go, he got the lead investigating officer over there to stand in court and say it to my dad, and that's how we managed to get the results, and I'm still standing. So, I'm given a platform to other people to be able to say, thank you. I couldn't say thank you to my mentor. My mentor's not here. But I've given the option to the opportunity to other people to say thank you to their unsung heroes. And that's why we have many unsung heroes in here that I'm so proud and so touched that I can actually give you guys a platform. Not like you need any more platform. Sash or Zach or Tom or Abid or Edwin or who else I left out. All these guys that have been in the final. But it's just nice. Recognise and value people that go the extra mile. If someone does something good, just say it. How often do you actually hear someone tell you to do something good just naturally without anything in it for them? That's what you want to start doing. Make that your practice. That someone does something good, just say, well done. I think that was a good job. People need to hear it. It boosts people. It makes them work better each day. You know, it's a small thing, but it's a big thing to them. You know, there's lots of things you can do. Now, it's really affordable. Every ounce of profit is going to charities, the 5 charities. I could never take that money because that's not my destiny. That's not what it's about. It's about giving people a platform, and that's it. You know, why would I do that? Who would do that? You know, so please, 29th of October, support your unsung heroes in this room. Now, I'm the owner of Training Personified. These are the wonderful things I do, customer service skills. I just simply go into organisations, I've worked with NHS, etc., just helping people just to be nice to one another. Duh. It's like, it should be something that's common and natural, but it isn't. You have to go in and show them how to communicate effectively. You know, what happens to treat people the way you want to be treated? I'm currently just one of the most influential businesswomen in the West Midlands, 2016. I won the Human Excellency Award for the United Nations Mission of International Relations, and I won the Career Woman of the Year Award, and this is just some of them. Most inspirational woman. So yeah, I won't bore you anymore. These awards are not about just awards, it's about credibility, you know, and it's about doing the work. If I got those awards and did nothing with it, what kind of person would I be? What kind of person would anyone be who don't do anything? You know, I know for certain Zach, he walks the walk and talks the talk. Same as Saj. I've read everything about you for the nomination, oh my gosh. So, but yeah, they walk the walk and talk the talk. You see what I'm saying? Do the doing. Don't just let it just be, oh, I've got an award and that's the end of it. Ooh, that's not credibility. Now, credibility is about creating trust. It's about inspiring other people and influencing other people. That's what credibility is all about, And if people don't know you face to face, your reputation will precede you. If you notice, I don't actually talk about my business, ever. If anyone tells me in this room that I talk about that, I'd be very surprised. I must have had a really bad day and forgotten about it. Because I don't actually talk about that. This sells it. The kind of person I am is enough. That's all. And that's what I'm saying to you guys. You be your brand. You are your business. Yeah? You agree? Fantastic. Okay, so basically, in this day and age, people do research on you anyway. So it's easy to say I've got an award, but you have to have substance behind you. You have to have stuff on social media when they're looking at it. Actually, she or he has really done it, and he's doing something beyond that. So that brings me on to social media is not only the platform, it's networking. So, business relationship building. KLT, Naive, you know all about this. KLT is Sam, what's KLT?
Don't like interest. Or more like interest.
Okay. Sorry. So it's no like and trust. Business networking is about learning. So to know somebody, get to know them, and you have to like what you know and what you see in front of you, and then you've got to trust them. How can you trust somebody, and refer them confidently? You can't. So I've gone one step further. I've created my own networking model. This is copyrighted, by the way, so name everybody, I'm telling you, we're coming for you. Any lawyers in here? So it is about consider which business networking you want to go to. Consider the types of people that are going to be there. Consider where it is, if it's a paid one, if it's a free one. All those things you've got to consider first of all. Once you've considered them, you've got to then go to that networking. You've got to listen. I know I chat, and I'm listening at the same time. Always listen to that other person. Let them tell you about them, about what they're doing business-wise, if that's with the call coming with it. Okay? And also listen out for who they're wanting to be connected with. Listen out for who you think in your own connection sphere, who they could be connected with. Okay? And how you could possibly give them value. Engage with them is the next thing. You want to really engage, get to know them, be personable. There are far too many times when I'm seeing people with this, I'm Zoe. Got a training company. Come on now. Who wants to do business, even engage in conversation before they do business with you? Have something about you, smile with your eyes. Yeah? And the way to learn this is a technique that you can do is when you're looking at that person, don't be dead behind your eyes. Don't be thinking, what I've got on for dinner for tomorrow. I think I might go and put some peas on when I get back or something. No, smile. So what you do, look into you, you look in the person's face, and you're thinking about, oh my gosh, nice food, because I love food. So whatever you like, food. And then guess what? Your eyes are smiling. Damn. Just smile to people. And then they'll be warming to you even quicker. You can't expect people to do business with you if you do not build relationship. And by the way, one networking session does not equate to building a relationship. You have to be consistent. You have to be present. How can you expect someone to refer you to a big contract that your credibility then will be shot if that person then lets you down? How? Think about it. That's crazy. Then you've got to approve them. Okay? So you approve them by silently knowing who you think you can connect them with. And approve them in what's your gut saying? Is your gut saying that this is the kind of person that I want to recommend? Is this the kind of person I can see actually will do what they say they're going to do? You've got to approve them. You've got to. You don't have to. Don't tell them. Come on now. This is all about being personable. Everything is silently processing. Process where you think you could connect someone with. Don't do it yet because you need to know more about them. Hang fire. Refer. Then only once you've approved them, then you refer them. Like I said, if you refer it wrong, it's only you that's going to get burnt. Okay? So that is networking success. So once you've done those steps, you then have to follow up. So many people take the time out to get themselves ready, get in the car, get to a networking, work the room, whether it's or whichever one, and then go home and don't follow up. What is that about? If you can't find your time every time to write a new message, have a template. And all you do is change the name. It was nice meeting you last night, nice meeting you yesterday. It would be great if we could catch up. Simple, something as simple as that makes that person think that you're thinking about them. You know, clearly you are, but you can just put the name in the template. But you wouldn't put that to everybody. You'd only do that to the people that you want to continue building that relationship with. Please don't just do it as a blanket to everybody. Because then again, your credibility is shot. You have to be genuine, you have to come across as genuine. So, a little story was this, I never remember all the time anyway, so anywho. One of these gentlemen says to me, I'm not going to this particular networking because it just doesn't work. I said, why does it not work? He said, there's only 10 people in the room, so it's pointless. I said, why is it pointless? He says, because it's just the same 10 people every time. I said, why not change your mindset and think about this? If it's those same 10 people every single time, aren't you missing something? He says, what am I missing? I said, they're your marketeers, free marketeers. If you're seeing the same people, that means they've got more time each time to learn more about what you do, and they're going out and marketing while you're still probably working or doing something else or on holiday. Change your mindset when networking. All of us are each other's marketeers. We are, but if you do it in the right way, if you do buy my stuff, ain't gonna work. You know? As soon as you do that, you shot yourself in the foot. You can go networking as many times as you want. You're going to be known as the buy my stuff guy. Simple as that. Or people are going to avoid you like the plague, or they're going to have that dead look behind their eyes as you're talking and thinking about, that dinner on Sunday. Do you understand what I mean? The buy my stuff should stop that. Give it a rest. Seriously, I'm telling you. I'm not looking at anyone in particular. But seriously, do that afterwards. Let them know you properly. So success or failure, which one do you want? That's the question. So there we go. So, summary. Keep your clients for life and treat them as such that you want them for life. Okay? Client is the same as business, networking, relationships. Just change it, it's no different. You can change the word for customer service. Get your customers for life. Customers, clients, business. Everybody is a customer. Everybody. And you've got to treat everyone as such. You know? Put yourself in the other person's shoes. How would you like to be treated? Don't be dismissive of somebody if you don't want to be dismissive. Okay? Don't put your back to someone else as the networker who wants to get in, if you don't want that to happen to yourself. Do you see what I mean? Think about ways how you would like to be treated and then treat other people that way. And that's in everything, whether you're personal life or business. And as I keep saying, the big man, Zach, let your deeds speak for themselves. You don't need your words to speak for you. If you're good, you're good. And what you do will speak volumes. You don't have to, like I said, do the buy my stuff, because the stuff you do is what's selling you. You are your brand. You are your image. And so, clients will add value if you value them. It's a no-brainer. oh, this is the key thing. Lots of people struggle with this, and I don't know why. Ask for feedback. And ask for feedback in terms of testimonials. Video testimonials nowadays is the bomb. Yeah? Simple. Do it. You know, just do it and put it up on your website because it will sell. You know? Little touches like saying thank you, sending a thank you card, or just saying, we did business last year, just checking in to see if you didn't require anything further. Just little things that you've not forgotten them. When people think you've forgotten them, then they think that, oh right, they weren't genuine, they weren't the kind of person for me anyway. And ask yourself each day, how can I serve my clients better every day? Now, I'm sure my slide is missing. So yes, let me just skip one, beg your pardon. So there we go. So you choose, your mindset determines success. So if you think you can do something, you will. If you don't think you can do it, then you won't. Change your mindset. Reacting to situations. Do not go up on the deep end. And I'll give you an example. Somebody asked a question to the, I don't know when it was, but someone asked a question and listened to it. Are the customers always right? Hell yeah. Do you know why? I'll tell you why. Because your reaction, just because you know you're right, what's the point? Just make them happy, even if they're idiots, let them go away, thinking that, oh yeah, they handled my idiotness greatly. Instead of saying, oh, you're wrong, or no, you shouldn't have had that 10 pence extra, why would you even bring it up? You know you're right. Left hand, right hand, you know what you know, leave it at that. You don't have to prove a point. So just let them feel, as a customer, let them go away believing they've got the best out of you, even thinking they've got one up on you. Let them go away. You know what? Yeah, it's fine. So, do not make excuses. Make solutions. Create solutions. So, if something's going wrong in your business, it's not a case of, oh my gosh, it's because of this why it happened. No, it's because of you. You chose it. Your choices. Stand by it, live by it, hold your hand up and move on. That's it. You don't have to procrastinate over it. Just move on. Failure is a success in disguise. That's my favourite thing I like to say. Failure is success in disguise. Without failing, how on earth would you know about success? Seriously, how would you know? So you have to fail. And it's not a bad thing. You know, because without it, you don't learn lessons along the way. It's about learning. It's picking up those key indicators so that you can go forward and be a better you for another day. And also as well, it's about learning so you can influence and help other people. Remember, you are in a life amongst lots of other people. It's not all about me. Think about other people as you're doing things. And if you're in business, it's about time management. Time management can cure a lot. It can cure the busyness that's in your head all the time. The, oh my gosh, I haven't got time for anything. My tip is when I'm with clients and I see they've got a time management issue, I just do it raw. I get a piece of paper, I said, write Monday through to Sunday down on your piece of paper. Okay? Okay, so write it down on your piece of paper and do AM, midday and evening on there too. And get some pieces of paper, make notes, rip them all up and do about 60. Write on them, don't just do 60 because I told you 60, but write on them the things that you have to do. You plan it down and you put these pieces of paper on the days, on the times, morning or afternoon, what you need to do. And what 9 times out of 10 that happens, they have pieces of paper in their hand that they can just do that with. Because actually, it isn't that important to be killing themselves, to be doing that. All they factored it in and tweaked it into something else. Structuring your own life and putting it on paper gets rid of the mess. And it makes it more achievable and attainable and sustainable. That's what you want to be doing. Now, if you're not in business, you want to make sure you do market research. That's a surefire way to fail in business when you're setting up. Market research is key. And you've got to see whether it's something that it can carry on you know, and you can fulfill it, and you've got to break even at least in the first year, you know. Competitor analysis is key, and finding your USP, your unique selling point, what's going to set you apart from any other property investor out there. What is it that sets you apart, why they're going to come to you as opposed to somebody else? Simple. You've got to think about these things, you know. Synergy, not competition. So I say when you're in a room, because there's lots of property people in here, it's about looking at the synergy between you all. So I say form a strategic partnership team. And the reason why I say that is if, for instance, any tenders come up, you guys can club together and have this powerful force and go for that tender, and that will catapult you. So you're not only doing your own thing independently, you then got another project going where you know you've got a backup. So think about it very differently. Partner as much as you can with people. Stop seeing people in networking sessions as competition. They're just not. Customer client engagement, and I'll say you've got to collect your assets along the way. Collecting assets is, so if I'm speaking now, I'm having a video now, so that's my asset. Do you know? So it's not always about getting paid for things, it's about thinking how you can utilise whatever it is you're doing. You see me on social media, that's my asset. You know? I'm doing things, but I'm using it in a structured way. I don't put things on about I'm out with my kids and things like that, because that's not necessary. You've got to stay focused and use your social media effectively in the right manner. If people see you on just shopping in Asda, oh, do you think, oh, I'm on the aisle, do you think I should have the red beans or the green beans? Come on now, who wants to see that? Who wants to see that? You've got to keep it business, or always think business in your mind. My camera's gone. So, when you are collecting all these assets, think how you can use it, how it's going to bring value. Always look at how things can add value to whatever it is that you're doing. And I've explained, you've got to take the emotion out and put the passion in. So really, seriously, before you react to something, and you really want to react and you think you're right, do me a favour, wait till the following day and react then. Guess what? You probably won't react because it isn't that important. One saying is, slow your roll, slow down, yeah? Just slow down when you get irate, take some time out, and then you'll realise that that decision that you would have made in your business because of your hastiness, you just dodged the bullet. You dodged the bullet by just slowing it down. So, the smile, always remember to smile. Oh my gosh, people forget. Will you do me a favour? Everyone has a phone. Just write it on the back of your phone with a post-it note, put some sellotape over it. Remind yourself to smile all the time. Life is about just enjoying yourself. Work is an addition. Everything else is an addition. Just enjoy while you're doing these things. If you're doing something in a profession and you're not smiling, you're in the wrong profession. Seriously. You need to sort that out. And if you're really struggling, get some post-it notes, get down to the 99p store, shove them on your mirror, and say, I am awesome. Tomorrow, I'm going to conquer. Tomorrow, I'm going to smile all the time. Even if my day is rubbish, I'm going to smile through it. Just put it on your mirror. Seriously. And practice in your mirror as well. Because when you're stood networking, I see what you see in the mirror, so really practice it. Seriously practice? I don't want to see that no more, please. So motivate yourself as well as others. Always be mindful that the younger generation is coming up behind us, and they are watching us, and they are emulating us. Why not then set an example by the way we are as individuals? Why not? Is it hurting you? No. Is it benefiting them? Yes. So do that. And respect feedback. So, I want to say thank you for taking the time listening to me rant and rave, and obviously make no sense as normal, but I just like talking. And just remember, choices. You choose whether to be happy, you choose whether to be sad. Situations don't determine whether you're happy or sad. You do, yeah? You choose whether your business is a success by literally staying the course, Don't expect anything just to happen overnight. You make it happen. And help your neighbours, help your community. When you're networking, don't network just for you. Network and think, I know that Abby, that'd be a good client for Abby. Oh, that'd be a great one for Zena. You know, try and give back. Try and help where possible. Everyone says, I don't have time for this. Trust me, you do. I own my own training company, founder of the Midlands Business and Community Charity Awards. I'm a motivational speaker. I'm an ambassador for very many charities. If I can do it, and I'm only human, trust me, you all can do it. You guys, to me, I think you guys are great. When I sit down there and talk to you guys, I genuinely think, wow, I'm amongst some greatness around here. And I have to say, and I've said this to Sam, Chutney and Chat, for me, is the best networking. Manny, you know, you've been in the network with me. This is the best networking. And I'm not saying it because I'm here, it's because it's like a community. I feel like I'm amongst family. And people don't look at me thinking, oh gosh, that crazy girl who just chats a lot. And I know I am, but I don't get that in the eye, unless you hide it very well. But yeah, do you know what I mean? But I feel the genuineness that comes out of this room, and I love it. And I love the craziness that goes on the WhatsApp. As much as you can't keep up with it, Majid and Neely are the biggest culprits. And Manny, every so often chucking in there, I'm like, my God. I'm like, let them go, just let them go. Can I jump in? By the time I go and try to jump in, Tim's in there. Do you know what I mean? So I think it's amazing. The naive, of course, but just remember. Literally, just remember, you are amongst friends, yeah? And you've got to look out for your friends. Always have them in the back of your mind of where you can connect these people. I'm always happy to connect people. I've got a big connection group within the business and networking circuits. I'm actually a member of 7 different networking groups. Yeah. I know. But I'll tell you why. In business, you have to have different budgets. You have to have a sales budget, your marketing budget, etc. That's my marketing budget. My networking is actually working. So you have to treat it as such. It's not a case, I haven't got time for it. Put it in your time management plan and make time for it. So, that's me, Zoe Bennett. Thank you very much.